And obviously it's full of protein and creatine. I feel like I'm going to throw up, I'll be honest.
I like how he transitioned right from talking about the nutrition to be like, I'm going to throw up. Almost every strongman is going to find their best performance to be at a body weight that is heavier than what they're naturally inclined to just eat and train at. So almost every strongman is going to have to stuff themselves a little bit in their eating to get that body weight to where it's supposed to be. Hey folks, Dr. Mike here for RP Strength. I'm a former professor of sport and exercise science and nutrition and a bunch of other stuff. And I myself have once been a beefy 270 fat pounds. And the way I got there was by force feeding myself, which is what a lot of people much bigger and stronger than me do. They are called strongmen. They're the strongest men in the world, literally. And they also compete in a variety of contests like the Arnold Strongman Championships and the World's Strongest Man competition. Scott, have all of them won the World's Strongest Man?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They're going to be eating and talking about their diets, and I'm going to see if I can get a nutritional lens and talk about, well, how does this apply to folks that are gigantic and folks that are more normal size, and also see if I can't do a little banta, as they say in England. And if I get all of your accents wrong, people of the world, I am both sorry and not sorry at the same time. 3, 2, 1, let's eat.
I'm a strongman. Of course I need help to breathe.
All right, World's Strongest Man, full day of eating, and there's a person with a CPAP, a machine that helps you sleep when your throat gets closed off by your gigantic muscular neck. That's really a thing, by the way. And we're gonna see I like this, Scott. This is real life. Like he doesn't just magically wake up with bright eyes in a bed. He's choking to death. That's how serious it is. Hey, it's Mitchell Hooper, friend of the channel and World's Strongest Man champion. Does he have a maple leaf tattoo on his hand, on his arm?
Looks like
yeah, sure does.
Sort of leaf.
Well, sorry. Yeah, my Canadian impression just slides closer and closer to Jordan Peterson the longer I do it. Well, it's like if you don't like the maple leaf and you don't like Canada, I mean, what do you like? We've got snow, we've got politeness, we've got great people. What else do you want? I mean, you're just spoiled is what it is. That's coming along pretty well, huh, Scott?
Yeah, sounds just like him.
Yeah.
So, breakfast, plain Greek yogurt and orange juice.
Mixed in? That's disgusting, Mitch.
Does that trigger your food?
Oh boy. 1,500 calories. Makes sense. Not crazy by strongman standards. That's most people's most of their day of eating. Quite impressive. A lot of food.
It's as much plain Greek yogurt as I can get diluted into the orange juice. I would estimate about 1 cup of orange juice and probably about half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. I aim to eat one of those tubs every day. Really good for your gut health, really good macronutrients, get your protein in.
Greek yogurt is great for your gut health. It's got phenomenal protein composition. It's actually super healthy for you in about 50 different ways. Greek yogurt and actually almost all dairy products are, especially minimally processed ones, are really, really awesome for you. I encourage you to have a lot of dairy.
Then raisin bread with margarine, because I love raisin bread.
That's a fine sports science reason. But honestly, it's a thing. If it doesn't violate any nutritional principles, which this doesn't, to be a good strongman, you have to be able to stay at your body weight. And that body weight's usually preposterously high. And so you have to combine what you need to eat with what you like to eat so that you don't just stop eating your food because it's disgusting and then you can't be a strongman competitor anymore because you're too lean and too tiny and you're with the rest of us skinny folks in bodybuilding. So yeah, strongmen eat some fun foods, mostly just to get it to go down. That's a thing.
Some protein balls, which have some white chocolate chips, chia seeds, oats, protein powder in them.
A lot of fat in those, which buffers the calories. That helps.
I've got Reese's peanut butter, or Reese's Puffs cereal with protein shake dumped over top. All right, so 10-minute walks after every meal. This is implemented by Stan Efferding. Now, a lot of what you'll find today is logistics around eating enough food. But for me, eating enough food that actually goes to something useful. So when you walk, just light muscular contraction is gonna soak up glucose from your blood. So any carbs that you've just eaten for breakfast is now gonna go into your muscle stored as glycogen.
Maybe. The problem is, especially when you've eaten 1,500 calories, your muscles begin to contract a little bit and they do get higher glucose uptake because of that. But most of the carbohydrates in that food are going to take hours and hours to get to the muscles, and a 10-minute walk right after you eat is just a little bit of a drop in the bucket in that regard. Also, because it's really just lower body and also a very small fraction of your total muscularity of your lower body, because Mitchell Hooper doesn't have to turn on most of his muscle to walk. As a matter of fact, it might be some teeny fraction, like 10 or 15% of his muscles actually active. The rest of the muscle cells are dormant because if he used them all, he'd be hopping maximally every time. He's not doing that. And so actually walking activates not so much muscle mass. Walking for 10 minutes doesn't create a very big glucose sink or a response for your muscles to take up the carbohydrates. So is it a fun practice that gets you moving around a bit, get you a few more steps, improve your metabolic health by a little bit? Almost certainly. It's a cool practice. Do you have to feel compelled to walk for 10 minutes after every meal because it's going to somehow super boost your ability to absorb carbohydrates? Almost certainly not. Almost certainly not. And it does take some time, and it takes you away from, whatever you're doing in the day. It's a context switch. Sometimes, if you put in enough tiny little tasks in your day, you can hardly get to the big stuff. So the 10-minute walking after meal stuff has some validity, but I think a lot of folks think it just has way more validity than it does.
Now let's go over the breakdown. Total calories, 6,272. The macro breakdown is pretty interesting to me. Protein of 440 grams. I don't need that much. Personally, I only need around 300 to 320 grams.
Accurate, very good. Just around body weight, maybe a little bit more in Mitchell's case, maybe a little bit less. His body fat's pretty reasonable, so 440 grams is extra. It's not like it's bad for you at that point, but could he potentially have more carbohydrate and be fuller in glycogen? Maybe, but with as much food as he's eating, he's probably not lacking much of anything at all.
1 gram per pound of body weight is a good place to start, but since carbohydrates are protein sparing, when you're not in a calorie deficit, you don't need to have protein that high. So 300 grams is probably what I should aim for.
Scott, it's really cool for Mitchell to go through his diet and be like, yeah, this doesn't all make sense optimally. I think a lot of people will discover what they're eating and try to rationalize it, Well, yeah, I do need this much protein. Like, no, you don't. He's like, yeah, I don't actually need this much, and maybe I should make a change.
Yeah, that's why I put this in here. It's really
Yeah, it's really cool.
Just gone 7 a.m. So we've got 4 bacon.
4 bacon. I can't get enough of Eddie Hall's accent. Anything he says is magical. Also, Scott, you see that VIP pimp robe he has on?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
He's awake, but he's not like out of bed yet. You feel me? He's out of bed, but he's not emotionally out of bed.
I like that he has like an intermediary stage between
yes,
out about and
yes. I'm no longer naked, but I'm not clothed quite yet. That's awesome. 2,000 calorie breakfast, and it looks like an English breakfast too. Classic.
4 sausages, 2 black pudding, beans, tomatoes, 2 eggs.
Black pudding, Scott. That's what makes the world go around. Isn't it made of like blood or some shit like that? It's interesting to see him start off with like essentially the exact English breakfast according to stereotype, including beans and black pudding and the whole thing. Oh, you know what's funny is most people who eat this exact size of English breakfast are not interested in weighing 420 pounds and winning the world's strongest man title. But I guess a lot of them are on their way to weighing 420 pounds, and well, that explains a lot.
And 4 pieces of fried bread. All cooked in butter.
Butter? Scott? What's butter?
Sounds delicious.
It sounds really delicious. This is not health food, folks. Sausage and butter and all that stuff. For maximum health, I would say it's probably good to have, cooking in something like, canola oil, avocado oil, olive oil, healthy fats, not butter, and, less sausage and more lean meats. But, Eddie Hall was at this time in his life, admittedly training for World's Strongest Man and strongman in general. And health came at a trade-off of getting in high enough calories to be as massive as possible and as strong as possible. So total respect.
And black pudding is actually a superfood, I have you know. It's full of the vitamin P, vitamin Z, vitamin W.
Vitamin. One of the excellent Englishisms is calling them vitamins. Chris Williamson does that all the time. He says vitamins, Scott. but we say vitamins in these United States. I wonder how it got to be that way, you know? Yeah, Abraham Lincoln. Sounds like someone good to
I
blame
like
for
the way
that.
they say it better.
Vitamin is way
Sounds
better. Yeah.
more proper.
Got all the vitamins in it. Black pudding. Scott, can we just quick Google here, quick ChatGPT? Black pudding is made of congealed blood? Yes?
I thought it was, but let's confirm. Blood sausage made with animal blood, pork fat, and a filler like oatmeal or barley.
Oh, yeah, that's real medieval England diet. Look, like, blood is very nutritious. Very nutritious.
Since British cuisine since at least the 1400s.
Yeah, there you go. That was real rich man's eating back then. Gross.
An X and go.
Oh my God, is that part of his food?
Yeah.
That's one of them hairless cats. Meow. It looks like Scott, doesn't it look like a piece of chicken you overcooked that cat?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
I don't know. Yeah, cats don't have souls anyway, so.
Yeah.
Folks, there is still more video to come and more amazing food. But if you want to eat knowledge digitally through your eyes, we have a member section with tons of other amazing nerdy content and an extra bonus part of this video where I said too many swear words, but I can't put it on regular YouTube. Give the membership a look. Let's get back to the video.
Here we go.
All right, roast beef in the gym.
I think 100 grams, I think I'd eat it's between 100 and 150 grams of sliced meat. Or even, I know this sounds disgusting, but I'd eat raw steak, like fillet steak. And basically the theory was that red meat's got like a fluid in it that like fuels your muscles really quickly. And obviously it's full of protein.
Yeah, that hypothesis is in the bottom of a dustbin. That doesn't work. I'll say that lunch meat is totally okay to eat on occasion. Regularly eating a lot of lunch meat, pre-sliced meat, preserved meat is generally not good for your health because the preservation process ends up getting some stuff into the meat that's not terrible for you, but over the long term isn't ideal. So can you eat it? Yeah, absolutely. And macros and calories and having the rest of your food be healthy matters way more than how much lunch meat you eat. But if you can help it, having meat that is not pre-prepared and pre-preserved is probably best practice.
And aminos and creatine. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, I'll be honest.
I like how he transitioned right from talking about the nutrition to be like, I'm gonna throw up. Guys, strongman dieting is really hard. You have to do two things at the same time. Train with mega intensity and effort, and also stuff yourself. Like, one of those generally has to go for most people. But for strongmen, they gotta do the entire thing. Brutal, really, really brutal.
Half a kilo of pasta, half a kilo of mincemeat. I reckon there's about 2,000 calories. And then a full garlic bread. And the cat has made a return for a change.
Oh my God, he still put down some cheesecake. Scott, he ate 1,500 calories of cheesecake.
My man.
After everything. So this is the end of the day. Holy crap. Almost 16,000 calories. That is unreal. 430 pounds. That's the kind of shit that happened.
You know, it's definitely not, you know, the Mark Bell no carb diet at all. I'm just eating to be the strongest human being on the planet. So some of the stuff you might be a little surprised by, but you know, I have a dietitian that I work with. He shoots me over the diet. I don't ask questions. I just eat, and most of the time I get a smile at some of the stuff that I get to eat.
That's a great athlete. An amazing athlete will often just do what the coach says. And that means the athlete can understand it and then execute it. And that's priceless because you have a very fluid machine they're working with. All the coaches, the athlete doing what they're supposed to be doing. And what Brian's going to say, because I've actually seen this specific thing before, is like, there are some kind of fun foods or some kind of high calorie foods. And people think, well, shouldn't you be eating like a bodybuilder, like, you know, like tilapia and brown rice? And the reality is like strongmen are just so much bigger than bodybuilders. And they burn so many more daily calories because their training is totally insane. And just being 400 pounds walking around is insane. They just need higher calorie density foods to get in enough food. If you put Brian Shaw on an as much as he can possibly stuff himself with, totally clean bodybuilding diet, he would get down to below 350 pounds in just a few months because it's not enough to keep him as big as he's supposed to be winning World's Strongest Man.
Meal number one is kind of my choice of cereal. So I think today I'm gonna go with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I like that a lot.
Scott, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is too sweet for me. What do you think about that?
It's the goat cereal.
You think it's goated?
I do.
You think it's like made in a goat farm in like Azerbaijan?
Dude, you want it sweet? You just gotta put it in some Fairlife chocolate milk,
Oh.
and you're in business.
Oh, that's a bit much.
That's mass season, baby.
Oh my god, during bulking, that sweet food is awful. Do you have a too sweet point, Scott? Or are you like full on whatever, sugar me up?
The really rich, thick, like fudgy desserts, like fudge, like shit like that. That's really like dense. That's
Yeah, like Mackinac Island fudge in Michigan is like, it's a bit much.
I get like a bite of that and you're done.
We might have covered this already on the channel, Scott, but do you know that Pour Some Sugar on Me, the sugar in the song is not actually sugar, it's female ejaculate.
Yes, I did know
Okay,
that.
okay,
Love
just
it.
checking in.
And then I have 8 eggs and then peanut butter.
It's a good start.
A good start. 68 protein, 74 carbs, 68 fat. It's a lot of fat. You just have to have a higher fat diet when you're a strongman in order to get the calories in. 'Cause if you don't, the calories don't work out so well. And then you're shrinking and nothing good is happening. I'll say this, guys. Almost every strongman is going to find their best performance to be at a body weight that is heavier than what they're naturally inclined to just eat and train at. So almost every strongman is going to have to stuff themselves a little bit in their eating to get that body weight to where it's supposed to be, which means being a strongman is part training and all that fun stuff, but it's also part eating, and that eating is kind of a little bit of a job. It doesn't mean it's going to feel good all the time, but it means them stones don't pick up themselves, and when your boy's eating, bam, your most impressive physique ever. And the RP Hypertrophy app is designed to make this possible. You can customize every single aspect of your training plan, or let the app's AI take the lead. Whichever combination you use, your results will climb higher than ever. All you have to do is bring the effort. Click on the link in the description of this video to get started.
On a daily basis, I mean, I think 2 more is that.
Oh, look, it's one of our favorites. It's Hafthor Julius Bjornsson from Iceland. And don't worry, Dora, this accent's not particularly for you. It's how all of you people sound, even the women. Okay, so we've got meal 1, we've got 6 eggs, 6 bacon rashes. Scott, is rashes something they just use in the Anglophone, the United Kingdom-ish countries? Because
Yeah, I've never heard it before though.
yeah. Oh, and a lot of stuff in the oatmeal. You got some whey in there, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. That's a lot of fat. That's nice. Banana, honey, and orange juice. 1,400 calories. Dope. Very healthy. Makes sense. Quite a bit of fat, but remember, strongmen need lots of fat because there's no way to get a lot of calories in unless your fat is nice and high. You want to try to get that all with low fat and high carb? Good luck. Good luck. You're going to do a lot of throwing up and a lot of food's not going to go anywhere.
I can eat, I'm just eating through my meals 6 times a day comfortably, and I feel good.
Meal 3, 200 grams of ribeye steak, cup of rice, a tablespoon of butter, chicken stock. Okay, so he's eating the stand efforting chicken stock diet. Steak and rice and chicken stock. And where's the orange stuff? Yep, orange juice. Stan Efforting, I think he got this diet idea from somebody else whose name escapes me at the moment, but he says it's like good for digestion. On the one hand, scientifically, there's nothing to confirm or deny that's the case, but a lot of really jacked people have kind of combined this diet of, various sort of concoctions of beef, rice, chicken stock, and orange juice. And at the very least, it just goes down really easy. A lot of people seem to like it. Are these particular foods pretty special? Probably not. Is this a good combination to try if you're a big king and you want to be a bigger king and you really have trouble eating? Yeah, it might be worth a shot. These guys are huge and they've done the thing. Also, it's crazy to me that Hafthor looks like he's got like a very good shoulder-waist ratio, except he weighs 400 pounds. Scott, how does that fucking happen? It's ridiculous.
Life isn't fair.
It's not fair at all.
Why you me too? Me too. Really? Yeah.
What's he eating there?
I think it's a tomato.
You could just eat a tomato?
You can.
I have all kinds of weird food aversions, you guys.
But the reason it's in here is because it's just one tiny tomato, and his strength coach ate with him all day, and the guy's falling apart because he just has to eat one tiny tomato.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's at that point.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough food to have to all fiber and water to swallow. Good God.
Do you not like tomatoes?
It's not that I don't like them. Like, I like them in a salad with a bit of olive oil, maybe salad dressing on it. But to eat it like this is a first for me.
Okay, so you're officially tapped out.
I've tapped out. Fuck
Oh, geez. That's tough.
that. This is not good.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this.
No, you hold it.
You know you've had enough food, you don't want to see food anymore. Tough. Folks, that was really fun. What do we know about strongmen? They need to eat mostly healthy foods, and they seemingly do. They need lots of protein to support their muscle size, lots of carbs to fuel their performance, and lots of fats to just give them enough calories so they can stay that massive size. Because size is critical in strongmen, because they're, other than the 2 weight classes they have in pro strongmen at the open level, there are no weight classes. So the bigger you can be, if it makes you stronger, it's better. And a lot of the tests aren't relative strength, they're absolute strength. So bigger is better, which is why 350, and even 400 plus pound strongmen rule the day. At the same time, while they need all of those requirements, they're still human. I still want food to taste good every now and again. So you see a little bit of BS every now and again, and that's really good. Honestly, if most people ate like this, except normal portions, we'd all be a lot better off. It's mostly healthy foods, high levels of protein, very nutritious stuff, a little bit of junk here and there. Not every one of your meals needs to be ultra clean and super spick and span unless you're trying to really cut fat or lose weight. If you're just trying to maintain a healthy, active lifestyle, combining really nutritious foods with a little bit of junk here and there is awesome. Where you end up going wrong is if it's all healthy food, you burn out at some point. And especially if it's all junk food, well, you won't burn out. You'll be having the time of your life until you kind of feel strange, and then your heart goes, and you fall down, you turn all blue, and your significant other discovers you 2 days later stinking up the place. That ended in a weird note. Hopefully you're not eating. In any case, eat more, because you'll be stronger. Peace, homies. Woo! That was yummy. I don't know, all the jokes can't be funny, but there's probably at least one funny joke in this video right here, and you should definitely click on it if you have any questions in the matter. I'll see you next time.